Hello, vinyl community. Here for a vinyl update. Showing some more vinyl. I got some 45s and some 12-inch albums show, and also have my caffeine. You got to have your caffeine. Start off here with some 45s. Go through these pretty quick. The first one is Dave D, Dozy, Beaky, Mick, and Titch. Shame on one side and Save Me on the other. Fontana. This one is Luther Ingram and the G-Men, I Spy for the FBI, and Foxy Devil. If you can see that on there. Excuse me, I'm trying to hold back a sneeze. On Buddha Records, we got the Lemon Pipers with Green Tambourine and No Help From Me. I knew it. And then the 1910 Fruit Gum Company with Reflections from the Looking Glass and Simon Says. Also the 1910 Fruit Gum Company, The Train and Eternal Light. Then we have Desmond Decker and the Aces with My Precious World and Israelites. Sort of a rare one to find, I thought. Swamp Dog with Mama's Baby, Daddy's Maybe, and what's that say? Sala Faster? But Swamp Dog, that was a very unusual one. Roy Head with Ginger's Bread Man and The Most Wanted Woman in Town. That's a cool label there. That's on Shannon Records with a little leprechaun and a clover leaf. Or it's a shamrock. That's what I'm trying to think of. Loudon Wainwright the third with Dead Skunk and Needless to Say, one of Dr. Demento's staples. This was a cool one too. Coven with I Guess It's a Beautiful Day and 110 Soldier. Coven is like a band that I'm semi-obsessed with. Let's be honest, I'm obsessed with everything. This one's really cool on Sun Records. Johnny Cash, Hey Porter, and Get Rhythm. And then the last one here is a Christmas one. Yogi Jorgensen with I Just Go Nuts at Christmas. I Want a Santa Claus at the Schoolhouse, Jingle Bells, and the Christmas Party on Capitol. And then, well, here's the last one. This one I picked up because I already have a copy of this, but this record I had, I'll tell you the story behind it real quick. I used to live in a trailer court in the 70s, and one day I was out playing. This was like probably elementary school, and there was just a 45 laying in the grass out in this field in between one side of the park and the other side. So, of course, I picked it up, took it home, and played it. Never heard either song before finding the record. It was this record, or not exactly this one, but one exactly like this. Sweet with Fox on the Run and Burn on the Flame on the other side. And to this day, those two songs are probably my favorite songs of Sweet. And I don't know whose record it was, but it came home with me and it never left. So let me refill here. And let's get on with the albums, because I know a lot of people are probably more interested in the albums than the 45s, but I show the 45s because I'm sure there's people out there that collect those, that like to see them, and I like to show everything I have, periodically in every video so I can like file it in my mind at least. I mean, nothing's really filed alphabetically. First record that I picked up, I seen this, it's like, wow, this is really cool, because I'd seen someone show this I don't remember it, probably on Facebook or something. Uh, Hawaii Calls Exotic Instrumentals, Favorites of the Islands, Volume IV. I don't know what IV is. I mean, it's the thing you stick in your arm. But I'd seen this cover and it's like, wow, I've seen that before. I gotta get that. I mean, stuff eventually shows up. I mean, if you go out constantly for years and years and years and collect records, you're bound to find everything. Capitol is like a mint condition record. And this one I think I already have, but I went ahead and got it just because it doesn't show up much. Command Stereo Checkout record. I want to say that this was a record that I bought when I first started buying records as far as albums, and probably when I first started buying Command records. I remember I used to go to excuse me, it was a Goodwill, and it was called like the Last Chance uh, Goodwill. It was called something else, but I can't think of the name of it now. And it was in an industrial park. And all the records that they had, really everything they had, was, I guess, taken from other Goodwills that had sat there and didn't sell. I'm assuming that's how they got them. And I used to go in there because they'd have a sale. I think records were either 20 cents a piece or 10 cents a piece. So I'd be standing in line with literally a whole stack of records up to my chin practically every time I went. And that's where I got the bulk of my easy listening records to start out, because I was buying stuff based on just the cover, because at that point I didn't know a lot of those artists at all. I mean, I knew who Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin and maybe Henry Mancini and stuff like that, but beyond that, I had no idea who Enoch Light was or a Command record from anything else. And then, of course, they had country stuff mixed in too. So I was just buying the bulk of everything I could get, Ray Conniff and Mitch Miller and all the stuff that you see all the time. I didn't know how easy it was to get because I was still new into album collecting as far as like from thrift stores. And for years and years, the only places I ever bought records was thrift stores and then eventually half-price books, because I was buying CDs through the 90s as well, from all over the place, places like Borders, which unfortunately no longer exists. It's very sad. I have some gray hair. Look at the gray hair. I'm letting my hair grow out. Letting my gray hair grow out, I should say. So underneath my hat is almost white, like this. I'm sure everybody really cares about that. But anyway, let's show some vinyl, shall we? This is another Command record. Ray Charles Singers, Command Performances. I don't know how many of these they did, but I keep finding these from the Ray Charles Singers, and that's a good thing. This one looks really cool. Songs of Couch and Consultation, sung by Katie Lee. I'm sure this one's really great. How could it not be? But you have some of the song titles are Shrinker Man, The Wheel to Fail, The Guilty Rag, Stay Sick as You Are, Repressed Hostility Blues. That's a good one. I Can't Get Adjusted to You, Who Got Adjusted to Me. Schizophrenic Moon. I'll just read them all. It Must Be Something Psychological. Gunslinger, A Ballad for Adult Westerns. Properly Loved. Hush Little Sibling. I think that was all of them. Yeah. It's on Commentary Records with Bob Thompson and the group. So that'll be really good. I think that's a very unusual record, to say the least. And the last one I got here is a native guide for visitors to Hawaii called Only in Hawaii. And this is a narration with it basically is going over everything here. You can see the track listing. Narration by Doug Mossman and music by Eddie Keloa and his King Serenaders. You got the history of Hawaii, how it starts out. Then you got like the climate, important words and meanings, outdoor recreation, sightseeing, how to find your way around Hawaii. Beyond the Reef is a song on here. Then you have the neighbor islands, Asian foods, Polynesian foods. Excuse me, Blue Hawaii, My Little Grass Shack. But that's a sort of cool record. And it has $6.95 up here as the price. And that, I think that was probably a pretty high price back then. I mean, I don't know if that was probably the 70s. Once again, it probably doesn't have a year on it. But I would say it's probably the 70s just by the way people are dressed. So, that's all I got in this video, and thanks for watching. I have a contest going on currently until the middle of next month. Today's the last month in April, so you have quite a while to enter. Thanks for all the people that have entered so far. I've got quite a few entries. And go to my video to watch the gist of the contest. Thanks for all my subscribers, including a lot of new subscribers I've got recently. Much appreciated, very much appreciated. And you know, that's what we're all doing this for. It's what it's about. Don't forget Free Comic Book Day coming up this weekend. Hope everyone participates in that if you're into that kind of thing. I'll be showing some stuff that I get probably after that. Thanks for watching once again, and we'll see you in the next vinyl update.